Alright, Shalom. I'm the brother Tasiyat coming back with another video. But before I start off, I would like to give all praises and the highest honor to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Kakadash. I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akim across this world who are spreading this knowledge and truth and sincerity. And shalom to the few sincere brothers and sisters out there who are also listening, and may the election be upon your households. Khan shalom. So today I want to make a video concerning King David. Alright, how much faith he had in the Most High Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, that he would basically, would be able to kill Goliath, okay, the champion of the Philistines, okay, which are enemies. So let's read in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 17. And let me see. Let me start here, man. Let me start at verse 1, and then we can just read the chapter. That's good, because it goes into the whole story. I just wanted to jump to some few points, but let's just start at verse 1. It says, "Now the Philistines gathered together their armies to battle, and were gathered together at Shocho, which belonged to Judah, and pitched between Shocho and Asakah in Ephes Damim. And Saul and the men of Israel were gathered together, Saul being the king of Israel, okay, and pitched by the valley of Elah, and set the battle in array against the Philistines." So they were preparing themselves for war against the Philistines. "And the Philistines stood on a mountain on the one side, and Israel stood on a mountain on the other side, and there was a valley between them. And there went out a champion out of the camp of the Philistines, named Goliath of Gath, whose height was 6 cubits and a span." So he was very tall, man, very big. "And he had an helmet of brass upon his head, and he was armed with a coat of mail." Okay, he had this whole armor coat on. "And the weight of the coat was 5,000 shekels of brass." That's how heavy the coat was. So for him to wear a heavy coat shows you how strong he is. "And he had greaves of brass upon his legs." If I'm correct, that's like shin pads, "And the target of brass between his shoulders. And the staff of his spear was like a weaver's beam." A beam is, if I'm correct, like a wooden pole, Let me check it real quick. What the Blue Letter Bible says. But as far as I know, that's a wooden pole. Let me see. Weaver beam. Beam. Carrying the handles in a loom. Of a frame, loom. Okay, I'm not sure about that one, but his weapon was big and heavy. Okay? And his spears had weighed 600 shekels of iron. That's very heavy, man. "And one bearing a shield went before him." So he had somebody that was carrying his shield for him. "And he stood and cried unto the armies of Israel, and said unto them, Why are you come out to set your battle in array? Am not I a Philistine, and ye servants to Saul? Choose you a man for you, and let him come down to me. If he be able to fight with me, and to kill me, then will we be your servants. But if I prevail against him, and kill him, then shall you be our servants and serve us." Okay? So Israel had to pick a man to fight against this Goliath. Alright? If Goliath wins, we had to be their servants. If Israel would win, then they would be our servants. "And the Philistines said," verse 10, "And the Philistines said, I defy the armies of Israel this day. Give me a man that we may fight together." So he was hungry to fight, man. Okay? "When Saul and all Israel heard those words of the Philistine, they were dismayed and greatly afraid." So the Israelites were afraid, man, of this guy Goliath and what he was saying. Very intimidating. "Now David was the son of the Ephrathite of Bethlehem, Judah, whose name was Jesse." So Jesse is the father of King David. And he had 8 sons. Okay, Jesse had 8 sons. And the men went among men for an old man in the days of Saul. And the 3 eldest sons of Jesse went and followed Saul to the battle. And the names of his 3 sons that went to the battle were Eliab the firstborn, and next unto him Abinadab, and the third Shammah. And David was the youngest. And the 3 eldest followed Saul. But David went and returned from Saul. Okay, Saul is the king. But David went and returned from Saul to feed his father's sheep at Bethlehem. Because if you read earlier on, it shows you that King Saul had a demon on him because the spirit of the Most High left King Saul and now was with King David. Okay, King Saul did not listen to the Most High when he told him to kill all the Amalekites and all their cattle. What did he do? He did not kill the king. He did not kill all the animals. He just kept the best of the animals for the Israelites. And he was afraid of what the people said, you know. You know how people be, man. Hey, let us take this for ourselves, man, you know. And let's offer it up to the Lord, man. Meanwhile, that was not what the prophet Samuel told King Saul to do. Okay? Yahweh Bashem Yashai gave other instructions, and King Saul did not listen to that. So therefore, the kingdom was taken away from King Saul, and now, you know, the rulership is now going to King David. So this is around the time where King Saul then, when the spirit of the Most High left him, got demons on him. And basically, someone said like, hey man, I know a person that plays the harp. And if you plays the harp, this demon will surely go away. And that was David, you know. So then when Saul saw David, he was very fond of him. And he was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to make you my armor bearer. Okay. So what happened now? King David, he returned to his father, because that his job, basically his occupation was watching over the sheep. All right. So let's continue on in the story. Verse 14. And David was the youngest, and the 3 eldest followed Saul. But David went and returned from Saul to feed his father's sheep at Bethlehem. You see? And the Philistine drew near morning and evening, and presented himself 40 days. So Goliath came back and forth 40 days long. So there's also what I would think, that the Israelites were feeling fear for 40 days. Like, hey man, you know, we're gonna go up and fight against him. And Jesse said unto David his son, take now for thy brethren an ephah of this parched corn, and these 10 loaves, and run to the camp to thy brethren. So this is food that he had to bring. And carry these 10 cheeses unto the captain of their 1,000. Okay, unto the captain, unto the captain. And look how thy brethren fare, and take their pledge. So if I'm correct, how their brethren fare, meaning how your brothers are doing. Let me see what it says here in the NLT. And give these 10 cuts of cheese to their captain. See how your brothers are getting along. Yeah. And bring back a report on how they are doing. Yeah. So it says, verse 19. Now Saul and they and all the men of Israel were in the valley of Elah, fighting with the Philistines. And David rose up early in the morning and left the sheep with the keeper. So he did not just let the sheep on their own. He made sure that there was somebody else watching over the sheep. Okay? And took and went as Jesse had commanded him. And he came to the trench as the host was going forth to the fight, and shouted for the battle. For Israel and the Philistines had put the battle in array, army against army. And David left his carriage in the hand of the keeper of the carriage, and ran into the army, and came and saluted his brethren. And as he talked with them, behold, brethren are brothers, by the way. And as he talked with them, behold, there came up the champion, the Philistine of Gath, Goliath by name, out of the armies of the Philistines, and speak according to the same words. Basically, you know, like, bring your men, I want to fight him. If I win, y'all going to be my servants. If you win and kill me, we're going to be your servants. Okay? And David heard them. So David heard these words that Goliath was saying. All right. And all the men of Israel, when they saw the man, fled from him and were sore afraid. So they were afraid, man. You know, it's intimidating to see a big man, dark skin with armor on, okay, coming in your face like that. So they were afraid. And the men of Israel said, "Have you seen this man that has come up? Surely to defy Israel is he come up. And it shall be that the man who killed him, the king will enrich him with great riches, and will give him his daughter, and make his father's house free in Israel." So this is what you get when you kill Goliath. They were saying, you can get the daughter of the king, and he will make you very rich. And David spake to the men that stood by him, saying, "What shall be done to the man that killeth this Philistine, and taketh away the reproach from Israel? For who is this uncircumcised Philistine, that he should defy the armies of the living power?" So King David was like, hey man, who is this? Who is this guy you're talking about, man? Who is this? Who is he? Y'all afraid of him? This nasty ass uncircumcised Hamite, African Philistine, whatever he is, This dusty ass so-called nigger. No, he's not a nigger. But this dusty ass Philistine. Verse 27. And the people answered him after this manner, saying, "So shall it be done to the man that killed him." Okay, so they repeated what they said.